places to go and yadas to save.
Yada's here in this area.
He should be in the depths of the dungeon. Let's hurry.
From what we saw, he was actually at the very bottom, next to the beast statue. Now, I already don't know where I'm going, so I'm already using a fairy's orb. I want to go left. Don't think I can sneak by them. I snuck by them. Yes. Now, I do have a couple things to say. I don't exactly have, like, a dungeon rant, per se, but there is a lot of things that I want to talk about here.
Don't panic.
And for one, it's that this whole game is kind of divided up into 3 main story arcs. Now, we've just finished the first story arc, and to be perfectly honest, I really don't like that first story arc. But then I think that's been pretty well established by now. Personally, I just think it was poorly handled, it was poorly written, and overall, really not that good. However, the next 2 storylines are quite exceptional. Even beginning with this title match, to be honest. It's why I believe this update is essentially the beginning. It's almost the beginning of a new game. You could almost say it's that at this point, Volume 3 really begins. Now, I do understand that the first story arc set up a number of things that were actually very important to set up. For example, it turned the entire crowd against Haseo. It turned the entire player base of the world against Haseo. I gotta itch my thing! My face is itchy, and I must scratch it. And I can't do that while you're busy coming after me. I have to, like, run. So, really, it's at this point that I think thing turns out so much better. Now, granted, there are a few little things that I think are a little funny and could have been handled a little bit better. Or, I shouldn't say better, but I think I would have preferred they were handled a little differently. But overall, the rest of this game is like the best crap ever. Which is why I'm doing 2 things. One, I'm putting a, well, maybe I'm really only doing 1 thing. But, that is why I'm doing a rather large update this time. Instead of the regular hour-long recording, instead of the regular hour-long recording, I'm doing an hour and a half to get in this dungeon and possibly the events after it. So you're getting 3 videos. Of course, you probably know that already since we're already into the 3rd video. Now, I've mentioned little things that I just really like, and one of them was just what Haseo said when he was talking to Taihaku at the very end. I love what he said, and I love how he said it. Another thing that I really like was, just moments ago, when you saw, Yada's avatar going berserk, so to say. The look on Yada's face, it wasn't anger, it wasn't rage-filled, it was look at his brow. I love just this one simple little decision. Don't look at him, look at the guy you've been attacking for the past 5 minutes. Wrong one. Now, for taking out the Captain Hooks, I've actually found that why can you not target the one that I want you to target there? But it's just a small thing, but look at his brow. It's not an angry brow, it's not a furrowed brow, it's a pained brow, it's a sad brow. You see, they're pointed really sharply up in the center. And it's just a little thing like that that I see and I really like. Now, I've mentioned that GU is a lot much more... I've mentioned that GU is much more anime-like than the original quadrilogy, and that is a continuous complaint that I have with the series. But if I set that aside and approach the series just face value at what it is, then I think everything that's being handled in the end here is actually being handled very, very well. Even the whole thing with Sakubo and Saku. I mean, you get that she's just been a jerk up until now, but you kind of get that feeling that she's been... I mean, it explains everything very well. It explains that she was a much stronger, harsher personality, because that's what Bo needed. Now, we haven't seen much of how Saku acted before Haseo ran into Bo. So we really don't know how she treated Bo before that. But we've seen plenty of evidence of her being very protective of him. Remember in just the previous game, when good old Onion Head was threatening to PK Bo. Panicked. You know what, there was an item back here, I'm gonna go back and get it. But panicked. Bo wasn't really sure what to do, and in a flash, Saku came out and just destroyed him. So we've seen everything up until now, and it all makes sense. Even her so latching onto Endurance to such an extent makes sense. So again, I can't emphasize enough how from this title match on, how well everything has been done. And I even mentioned this before, but even things about Sakaki. I still stand that it was a stupid plot point and could have been handled infinitely better than it was. But even little things, like I mentioned this last time, about how Sakaki is he's a really intelligent kid. And you really get this feeling of how he was always in complete control and so manipulative and everything. And you got that up until now. And it was once the Ida took control of him, he was kind of acting in control, but it was clear he was acting much more like the 10-year-old he is. Doing things like repeating, like when insulting someone, not really having too much in the way of a creative insult. I mean, he would use the same insult repeatedly, doing things like calling someone stupid. I mean, when was the last time you heard an adult call someone stupid that wasn't, well, to be honest, kind of stupid himself? So it's a lot of things were handled. A lot of things were just handled so well and will be continued to be handled so well after this. Like I was saying before about bringing back the original feel of Dot Hack. They did this at the start by doing the, they brought back a little bit of data drain, and they brought back the outer dungeons, but they haven't really done anything with them. And without really giving anything away, that's also where it changes. And from here on out, the game does get much, much more of a feel of this original Dot Hack feeling. The game starts to feel like a proper Dot Hack game. I mean, that said, I guess there's a couple other things. There was a Rengeki off inside, and I missed it. I'm a terrible person. There are a couple things that I think could have been handled a little bit better, especially from here on out. In fact, there are really two things in particular, and I think one of them I can talk about now, to be honest. We don't really know what's going on, but the opening cutscene kind of explained mostly everything. So I think I can kind of talk about it now, and we've got like a floor and a half to go, so I guess I'll talk about it now. But, it's fairly obvious just from watching the opening cutscene that, the reason Ovan is doing everything he is because of Aina. Aina is the girl that you saw at the very beginning. The girl at the very beginning who was dressed in all white, sitting in that small rocking chair. Now, it was also mentioned that Aina is Ovan's sister. Now, I suppose this works. But personally, to me, it feels like, I guess it's not something I really, it's kind of a care that I don't really understand. It's a love that I don't really understand, and seems a little like it could be ambiguous. I mean, he's doing all this out of familial love, then. And to be honest, I don't know how many families I've seen that just can't stand each other. So it's just by chalking something up for familial love and not really giving us anything else to go by, it feels very lightly defined, and I don't really see where Ovan is coming from. Personally, I think that would have gone better if just, instead of being his sister, be his lover. throughout history. I mean, love for one is it's a very strong thing. There's no other conditioning to it. If you love someone, then you love someone. Just being related to someone doesn't automatically imply love. And add to that, some people have done some really stupid things over love. So just something like that. Instead of being his sister, just have Aina be either his lover or his wife or something. And that alone, I think that alone, to me personally anyway, I mean everybody out there is certain to feel different about this, but to me anyway, I think that would have justified where he's everything that Haseo was doing to ruin the lives of so many people so much better than it currently is. In fact, I think what would have been great is you saw that it was the Ida that's within Ovan. You heard the voice talking. That's what did this to Aina. It turned her into a lost one, just like anyone else. And again, I think it would have been even cooler if they had done something like the Ida was still kind of inside her, and it kind of still is. I mean, that's how lost ones work, sort of. But to do something like that, so have it still be in her, to the point that she's actually, like, talking and giving Ovan orders. And just out of this unparalleled love, he can't bring himself to not do what she orders him to do, even though it's obviously not her. Yet at the same time, maybe still, well... No, I'm not gonna talk about that. I think I'm already dancing the edge of spoilers. I'm gonna hold back a bit on saying anything else on that. I mean, granted, I'm not gonna say how they handled it was bad. I just think that would have been so much better. That's just my own personal opinion. How many Chim Spheres? I got 79 Chim Spheres. I'm doing alright. We're nearing the end of the dungeon, though. This is floor 3. And we've come through all of this to track down Yatta. Now, where is Fairy Tail? Okay, now, looking at the map, he was standing next to the beast statue, which is going to be in the far upper right corner. That is a beast statue room if I've ever seen one, which means we have to go straight and then right. Now, the whole last level took forever because it was kind of a giant gauntlet. They were all skinny rooms, nothing you could do to get by them. Just kinda stuck. So I kinda had to fight everything and just take forever fighting everything. Leave me alone, please, please, please. Yes! Okay, let's see. So we got one way up there. Now I need to go in that room. If they would all be kind enough to go the other way. Haha! We've reached the end. So really, in the end, all I can say is what I've already said, which is, personally, I think that first story arc was a terrible story arc, and it really needed to be fixed up. But after this game, man, this game. Not perfect, but this game.
alone. I alone, more than anyone, understand the world.
What?
And love the world. So why? No.
That's Master Yoda's avatar. It's Fidel the Prophet?
The Avatar's gone berserk. I'll suppress it with my Avatar. It's our only chance. Okay, come on. Come on! I'm right here! Skate!
And the battle against Fidel. I always call it Fidchel. I guess that's because it's got a CH in it. Now, looking at him, he's actually really small, aside from, aside from Scathe, he's probably the smallest avatar. And oddly enough, compared to the previous Avatar battle, this one is actually pretty easy. Now, one thing that I was a little concerned about in this is every other Avatar we fought up until now has been infected with Ida in one form or another. So when we data drain him, we really just data drain the Ida out of him. So I was a little worried here because he doesn't have any Ida in him. I hate this.
You believe in your power, but power will ultimately be your downfall.
Oh, that hurt a little. Ow, 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 ow. That hurts a little too. You can wait in the center and slowly, like, edge yourself off to the side. I've almost found it easier. Ow. I've almost found it easier to just eat a couple hits and then, get in a whole bunch of shooting at him hits. So, yeah, I was a little concerned that he doesn't have Ida in him, though. And then I did kind of stop and realize, though, that I don't think Gore had any Ida in it either. I don't think so, anyway. I mean, Maha didn't. Not Maha,
My terrible lightning will punish all who dare transgress.
Magus didn't, but then Magus used the propagation, so he was still alright. So I essentially data drained his copy instead of actually data draining him. So yeah, there was ow. There was that. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. Showing you how to appropriately dodge that one. Eat a couple hits, it'll be over and done with so faster, and he's an easy enough fight that it's really not that big a deal. Almost got him down though. I guess I'm just gonna say that as long as you're careful, you're all right. Data draining another avatar user. I mean, it's gone berserk, and maybe there was some Mida in there. I don't know. Maybe you're just kinda. Maybe as long as you're careful, which seems to be very arbitrary. Crap. Go away. No, go that way. Ah, crap! Ow. You know what? No, I'm not dealing with that. I'm just gonna shoot you until you die. Yeah! Not dealing with that attack. Now, he moves around a whole bunch, and it's kind of hard to hit him. So you charge up, and then you just kind of wait, and he'll stop eventually. That takes a little while, but he'll stop eventually, and then you shoot.
The aberrant key born in thy left arm. The key of twilight born in thy right arm. The final wave, the surge of rebirth, shall become light and fill the world. Thou shalt lead the new gods to their twilight. Thou destroyest and createst, thou powerless one. As the stirring footsteps of a giant shadow sound. Oh, blessed be the little ones.
Master Yoda! Hold on! Please, hold on! Say something, please!
Pi. I don't... Oh, yes. My avatar went berserk. How pitiful I am. Even though I love the world far more, and know it better than anyone else, the world continues to reject my love. I cannot be loved. Why must only I be alone? Pi.
You're not loved? Isn't that because you don't even try to accept the love other people give to you? If you want to be treated kindly, then think about what you need to do.
I don't care about being treated kindly. What I want is to be recognized. Recognized by the world.
So others don't matter? Is that it? It's okay to step on everyone else? If you want to be recognized, you need to think about people's feelings. As long as you insist on rejecting the feelings of others, I cannot save your heart. Listen to me. You are not in this world alone. You'd better go. Leave him to me for a while.
Got it.
I'll contact you soon. Okay?